Hello everyone, as usual it's me Pavlo, and today we've got a new and exciting fresh gadget. It's FiiO's KA15, a lot of you already saw the pictures, and in real life it looks really great. It's FiiO's small portable digital tonal converter, or dongle DAC, how they called sometime. It's an update over FiiO KA5 I reviewed some time ago, and probably it could have been called mid-segment DAC, but actually it's more of sub-flagship, because difference with flagship FiiO's KA17 is just $40. KA17 costs $150 and this one is retailed for $110. But in terms of functionality and other things, I think that they are really close. This device is built with two Cirrus Logic 43198 digital tonal converter chips. It has desktop mode and it can reach 560 milliwatts for 32 ohms load. It supports FiiO's new interface for parametric equalization and parametric equalizer in FiiO control application. It supports headphones with microphone and remote control through 3.5mm port. And what else? So it can deliver a lot of power and it looks great. So let's find out what else it can offer. Traditionally, FiiO doesn't print any technical specifications on the box, but we have nice polygraphy. As you can see, there is a sticker with color minus black, and as you can guess by photo, there is also a nice cyan version that reminds FiiO's cassette player, but I've got a black one. It's just slides away. Here is quick start guide, which is useful when you can't start with this device quickly, and you're getting dongle itself and actually a small set of pretty useful accessories. You'll have USB Type-C cable, short one, and you'll get pretty luxurious case. In my opinion, it looks really great. Despite the small size, you can see that it's made of pleather. It's nicely stitched and pretty well made and matching the shape and design of the device itself. KA15 made of metal, so here is the logo of Jade Audio. Still, I'm not getting the idea behind of split between FiiO and Jade Audio, but it doesn't matter in this case. On the bottom we have USB Type-C, or actually on the left, and the hole for lanyard. Unfortunately, there is no lanyard in the accessories. Probably it would have been a nice addition. And on top, let's call this top because I assume the horizontal position for it, we have 3 buttons, 2 for volume and navigation and 1 for menu, and also this toggle that activates desktop mode with high power. As you can see, unlike the flagship model, there is no separate input for the power for desktop mode. So this device will rely on the source to deliver proper power via USB. And 2 outputs, balanced one and 3.5mm single-ended. It also works as a coaxial output, so you can use it as a USB to coaxial converter. Not sure how useful it is, but kind of option that can be handy sometimes. So let's plug it in and start. Let me connect it. It boots up almost instantly, and not sure how well it will be visible on video, but no, I don't want USB Audio Player Pro. So interface reminds of audio tape, and actually FiiO created design inspired by the tape player. And when music is actually playing, these small tape reels are rotating. In my opinion, nice touch. When you press and hold this button, you can get into the menu. So filter, then equalizer, volume mode, you want 60 steps of 120, key mode and digital tonal converter class, channel balance, Then enable disable microphone. I don't need it for now. SPDIF output coaxial, USB audio mode. You can activate mode 1.0 for better compatibility with all devices. Then brightness. Actually, as you can see, it can go pretty bright. So level 10 is kind of bright. So let's go back to level 5. Rotation. If you want, you can rotate it 180 degrees. Display off. Timer 30 seconds. I think 1 minute will be good for me. And you can select display, and you can select color theme and language, also version and reset. So basically, as you can see, all controls are here, but of course you can use application. Traditionally, as a companion app, we use FiiO Control or the part inside FiiO Music. I prefer separate application. So here is photo of device, firmware version, name of the device. You can activate here the same options we've seen in the menu, like display rotation, user USB audio control version, language, display brightness, and power off timer. And also you can adjust powerful, really multifunctional equalizers. So you activate it. We can select presets, we can have them local, synchronized via the internet, and even some presets shared by people from the internet. So a lot of potential in future we'll have. But let's select custom one, and 3 custom presets loaded here is for FiiO 3 popular earphones. And you can adjust bands as graphical equalizer, or you can go to advanced settings and adjust it as parametric equalizer. So a lot of options to play. You can accommodate almost anything. And also FiiO works on really good web version of the equalizer software. It's already working, but still kind of in beta version, but it allows you to control everything from the desktop. In the audio settings, you can actually, this untranslated part, it's coaxial output, 2 modes of working digital to analog converter. I didn't notice a huge difference between them. And in class H, it seems to be a bit more dynamic. Then you can select, do you want 60 or 120 steps of volume, select audio, channel balance, and the low pass filter. And traditionally also there is a guide in the corresponding section in English if you need it. So as you can see, pretty functional application for the convenient remote control. So if you're interested in power consumption, you can see figures yourself on the screen. I've set volume to comfortable level for me, and indicator shows the power consumption here now. Also, FiiO highlighted that they heavily optimized the power consumption in standby mode, which is a really good thing. So you can not disconnect this adapter when you don't listen to it. It will consume much less energy. In terms of sound, this device has 2 slightly different signatures. FiiO labeled them as DAC mode, but as far as I understood, it's more like mode of op amps used here. They labeled as mode H and mode AB. Not sure does it correspond to amplification classes or not, but mode H, it's almost a traditional FiiO sound signature. Natural, detailed, but not super analytical or monitoring, but still natural. And this AB mode is a bit of additional like freshness in traditional FiiO tuning style. In this mode, the device consumes a bit more power, but at the same time, it gives you a bit more liquid and organic mids. In H mode, you're getting more focus on the dynamics, while in the AB, it's more about emotions and naturalness in sound signature. Actually, difference is not big. I did a bunch of blind A/B testings, so they are distinguishable, but not the difference is not big. So don't expect like night and day difference. But I prefer to use it in the A/B mode and will describe sound in this mode. So bass is almost natural, goes deep to maximum depth, it's well controlled, of course zero coloration, good impact when it's necessary, nice control and pretty decent texturing, good amount of small nuances and details, maybe not perfect, but really decent amount for this price tire. Well controlled, when it's necessary you get rumble and kick, when it's necessary you're getting nice layering and organic sound of natural instruments. So let's see examples. First one is Blues Company, If I Only Could, from HD Tracks sampler. And this track has nice deep bass line that this device delivers pretty well. And Beep Box by Snarky Puppy. This track has even deeper bass. It's more like a sampled one, but at the same time it builds a striking contrast with the rest of the track, with that airy percussions and other parts of the instrumental of the instruments on this track, and this bass is well controlled and also doesn't shadow mids and stay at place. Mids are really natural with slightly highlighted sense of naturalness. Sometimes it reminds me a bit of Astel and Kern players, but not too much. Just like an idea of the same thing that Astel and Kern does. At the same time, good resolution without excessive focus on the micro contrast, meaning that you don't require perfect tracks, but better masterings, of course, will be a plus. Really good build of imaginary stage. There is no attempts to make it super airy, super spacious. It's above average, but not by much. But at the same time, everything is positioned really well with great 3D positioning, and you just can pinpoint every single source of the sound. Of course, if you have good earphones and proper records. Vocal sounds really lush, really emotional, with highlighting nuances of the vocal, so on good recorded vocal tracks this device shines. So first example, it's not good recorded vocal track, but it's a pretty complex thing for proper representation, because it's Slayer, Raining Blood, it's fast, it's aggressive, it's built on distortions, and it's not perfectly recorded. But it's not a problem for KA15, it delivers a good amount of details. Actually, it pull every single detail that is possible here and represent them in a nice and natural manner. The rest will depend on your earphones, of course. And second example, it's Red Hot Chili Peppers, The Getaway. And that is the track that suits, that demonstrates what I described before, that okay, I'm not perfect in this. That staccato vocal at the beginning that sounds like percussions sounds really superb with this digital tonal converter. You're getting like that effect when you almost can distinguish is it a vocal or some instrument. So that's probably what RHCP targeted for. And the treble, it's good. It has great extension. Layering is pretty basic, of course, but overtone saturation is nice. Proper controls, nice attacks and decays. Not audiophilic level of treble, but at the same time pretty good and viable treble that gives you sense of naturalness, that gives you all that small nuances and details and all that decays. So let's go for examples. First one is Pink Floyd, Comfortably Numb. One of the greatest guitar solos ever, require great digital tonal converter to show all details, and KA15 delivers that pretty well. And Burden by Opeth, I listened to this track thousands times, and just recently I actually understood that this track is heavily influenced by art and progressive rock of 1970s. And that track is like a predecessor of next Opeth albums that were based on the classical rock and not hard and heavy brutal genres that we used to hear. Because when you listen to guitar solo, when you listen to percussion, when you listen to back vocal, and all that actually requires nice treble performance, and I'm pointing at KA15 once again, you can hear that it's definitely sound of the 70s, of that bands that were popular that days, I don't know, starting with Yes and I don't know, ending with Camel, and of course many others. In terms of pairing, it's pretty universal device. Zero background noise with sensitive in-ear monitors, absolutely zero problems. With sensitive and mid-sensitive full-size headphones, also no problems. It delivers enough power and controls them well. But of course, with models that requires some power to drive, everything will depend on the power supply capabilities of your transport. Because not every single phone is equal in this aspect. Some are good, others are not great. And that's why FiiO KA15 has that dedicated desktop mode with separate power supply, with separate USB Type-C. KA17 offers better control with hard-to-drive headphones. This one is good, but not that good. Here, desktop mode is more like high-gain toggle because it will depend on the transport, while KA17 is more independent in this aspect. But with medium and sensitive full-size headphones, no problems, it has enough power. And I already started with comparisons, of course, so KA17, it's more natural, it's more focused on small nuances and details, while this one is a bit more organic and natural. So KA17 is neutrality, and this one is more about natural, emotional, and slightly more organic representation. And of course, KA17 builds bigger stage and offers more power, especially in that desktop mode. FiiO KA5, actually, you know, it's an example of great progress in this aspect. So, like, a bit more than a year passed since the KA5 release, but KA15 is better almost in every aspect. It's more natural, more emotional, with better stage, so like step forward. So, to summarize everything, really great small digital to analog converter that combines stylish design with a pleasant and emotional representation. Thank you for listening, thank you for your attention, and of course have a great day.